So as you might know, we ran a poll covering all of our Shopify merchants, and we wanted to get your feedback on what you thought about Black Friday and the holiday season. And one of the first questions that we asked on there was, which promotion are you planning to do or have you done for Black Friday in the past? And the number one answer, and this is not too surprising, is that by a large margin, it's that a big promotion is what many of you are planning. And I think that's great. Obviously, it goes along with the holiday of Black Friday. Many people like to do a percentage off. The only thing that I would say is let's make sure that you've got a minimum spend on there to make sure that the holiday is still profitable for you. And I wanted to make sure to call this out. We asked for some peer-on-peer advice. So we asked you, what's your recommendation for people to do this Black Friday? And Michelle from Abu Candle really said it best. Do what's profitable. Don't try to be Target or Amazon if you don't have the margins to support it. Black Friday is all about making a profit. And of course, there are other types of promotions that you can do for the holiday. And also, I will just say not all brands do a promotion. Some brands release a new product or they do some kind of limited run of something. It doesn't always necessarily need to be a big promotion, but that is often the most popular. The next question on here was channels to consider utilizing. So what other channels are other Shopify merchants using? The first and foremost being email marketing, and that's not too surprising. Even Shopify says that this is the highest converting channel, especially during the holiday season. So we know that email is making a lot of money. But the runner up here that I thought was interesting was Instagram and Facebook. So I think that that's really interesting. And if you are using Instagram and Facebook, as I'm sure most of you are, I wanted to point out a couple of things. One, you can integrate your Instagram in with Seguno, which is great because if you create this beautiful image for Instagram and you want to use it in your email, that's what this connector allows you to do. It allows you to bring over your images from Instagram and put them in your email marketing, which can save you time. The other thing that I wanted to make sure to point out is that if you're new to social media and you're still posting manually, that can be great. But if you find that social media is kind of starting to become its own beast and you definitely are spending a lot more time on it, then you may want to use some more advanced software. And some of these are free. Actually, I'm pretty sure all of them have a free to get started because I've used all of these. Later, Hootsuite and Canva, and you can schedule away in all of those. And so that can really help free up some time too, because you can schedule your posts in advance, just like you can schedule your emails, and then that saves you time later on. Personally, I use Hootsuite, but I have used Later, and I think Later has some nice bells and whistles in it. You can get to a lot of those functions within the Meta Business Suite. And technically you can schedule within Meta Business Suite, but I keep having technical errors every time I do that. So that's why I stick with my Hootsuite, because I'm able to do it and there's no technical problems. So I'm not sure if that's user error or Meta Business Suite, but just a little something there to consider. The next thing, and this should probably come to you as no surprise, but right now during October is when most Shopify merchants are getting ready and sending out their Black Friday and holiday promotions, or starting to send it out. So the fact that you're in the right place, now is still the time to get started and to start building out those messages and sending them out. Now, the hardest thing for people to do for Black Friday and the holiday season, and this is no surprise, I imagine that this is a pain point that happens throughout the course of the year, but it's just like really heavily emphasized during one of the busiest, is getting people to come to your site. So acquiring site traffic. So one thing that I wanted to point out here is that your cost per click can be something that you're going to look at closely. How much advertising cost does it take to get then to people to the website? Facebook is still a really good choice for that. So I put a link here to a Shopify article that you can go to learn a little bit more about the cost per click for Facebook and kind of what those trends are. But just because a lot of you are already on Instagram and Facebook, I think that's probably the next easiest step. Or if you have an item that is heavily searchable, then you might want to go to something like Google or YouTube. All right, and then finally, we've got making an impression. So most Shopify merchants are sending out more than 2 messages for Black Friday and the holiday season, which when I hear that, I think, okay, how can we make it more efficient? And that's where I would use Seguno's campaign feature, meaning that you can create, let's say 4 messages. It could be 5, it could be 6, it could be 3, but let's say it's 4 messages all at once, schedule them out, and then it's taken care of for you. And what I would recommend to reduce stress is that you go ahead and build out those emails and campaigns now so that you can just focus on fulfilling orders or any business problems that come up during such an important time of the year.